If you're an essential DanishTube member, you'll find the podcast, workbook, flashcards, quizzes, and group sessions waiting for you after this video. Let's do it.
The important word here is ilskil, past tense. It's kind of a simple sentence, but there's actually quite a lot going on because we're also using this inversion. So when we start with dayavaban, we have to invert. Like in English, we'd say, when I was a kid, I loved. In Danish, we're saying, when I was a kid, loved I. Loved I to watch rather than loved I watching.
Ja.
But then we could also make just a normal sentence like, jeg elsker også, let's see, at spille basketball. So what I want you to now is give me two sentences where you tell me about something you love. So you need one sentence where you use jeg var barn, elsker jeg, something, and then jeg elsker også, this thing. Let's see it all.
Yes. Exactly.
Can you give me your own examples? Wel elsker du som barn?
Da jeg var barn, elsker jeg swim.
At svømme.
Swim.
At svømme.
Swim.
Ja, elsker også.
At jeg elsker også at løbe.
Løbe. Perfect. So then the opposite of loving is hating. So the next verb here is that's hell. Past tense, hell. I would say da jeg var barn, hell jeg. I don't know. At spise grøntsager. Jeg hell også. Hvad hell jeg? Jeg hell at gå tidligt i seng. That is going to bed early. At gå tidligt i seng. Hvad med dig? Hvad hell du?
De jeg var barn, eller jeg tegne.
Ja.
Jeg heller også at spille klaver.
Spille klaver. Okay. And then, yeah. So these verbs are what I'm going to call group one. There's a lot of verbs that do that. They look like that in the past with the D and the E. So we have school, hill. And notice pronunciation-wise, this EDE ending is kind of one syllable. So this word here has kind of two syllables. Skill. Ill skill. The most common thing I hear is people pronounce it as three. They would say ill skill, which is not necessarily incorrect, but it's an overpronunciation. Really, you should just say ill skill. Yeah. The word hell can be a bit tricky because we don't have any hard plosive sound to jump them. We don't have a k or a p. So we have a soft D, hell, and then we have another soft D, hill. Hell, hill, hell. Exactly, yeah. It becomes a bit of a smudgy one sound, but actually, when you think of it as two syllables, then it sort of makes more sense of how to say it. Hell, hill, hell. It's a great way to practice pronunciation is really to focus on where are the syllables and slow it down and overpronounce it before you then say it more naturally.
Yeah.
Now, the second group is, for example, with the verb at spise. Past tense, spiste. I would say, da jeg var barn, spiste jeg meget chokolade. Sorry. Jeg spiste også mange sandwicher. Hvad med dig?
Ja. I jeg var barn, spiste jeg meget kylling.
Meget kylling, ja.
Jeg spiste også meget appelskin.
Mange appelsiner.
Appelsin.
Mange appelsiner.
Ja.
Perfect, yeah. So you can see here we have now a T and an E. Group 2, a lot of verbs also look like that. They're the two main sort of patterns you'll see. TE or a TE. So one more example. Here I could use the verb at spille eller at lege. Both mean to play. At lege, spille. For example, da jeg var barn, legede jeg med venner. Jeg legede også på gaden. On the street. I played on the street. Hvad med dig?
Ja, jeg var barn, leger jeg med, leger jeg fodbold.
Der vil jeg sige, spillede jeg fodbold. So you see there's two words for playing.
Spiller.
Yeah, spiller is the one you use if you're talking about something specific. A specific game that has some rules. Football, basketball.
Yeah.
Whereas liar is what I refer to as open play. So when you're just playing, I'm playing with my friends, I'm playing in the garden, that's where you use liar. So yeah, da jeg var barn, spillede jeg. Sagde du fodbold?
Ja.
Nej.
Spiller. Jeg spiller også badminton.
Perfect. Yeah, jeg spiller også badminton. Again, group 1, we have that ED, both of them from group 1. Lege, spille. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so I've got a little quiz for us here where we can practice these forms a bit more in Kahoot. Do you know Kahoot?
Kahoot?
Kahoot. Yeah, do you know the website called Kahoot?
No, I haven't.
Right. It's a very simple little quiz website. So here you'll be able to see a QR code. If you use your phone, you can scan the QR code here and join.
So are you ready to practice this in real conversation? Essential DanishTube members get access to weekly group sessions, speaking lessons, dance cafe sessions, as well as downloadable exercises so you can practice this in real life.
You might need to just add a nickname, name yourself something. There you go. Nice. There's a very simple little quiz where I'm going to give you a verb in the past and I want you to select the correct GIF image that matches with the verb.
Yes.
So you will be able to see the images on my screen and then use your phone to answer the question.
Yes.
If you don't know, might be some new words. It's not too important. You can just guess. The important thing is we mark the endings, what the words look like. First example. Jeg kørte. Jeg kørte. So this is jeg kørte.
I cannot see. Here.
You should see on my screen the image and then the
okay.
color, match it with the color on your phone. There you go. Jeg kørte. I drove. Group 2, that TE ending. Jeg kørte. Næste. Jeg købte. Yeah, I bought. Also group 2. Jeg købte. Næste. Jeg svømmede. Præcis. Yeah, I swam. This is a good example of how svømmede is quite a long word, but really it's pronounced as 2 syllables. Svømmede. Svømmede. Yeah. Næste. Jeg vågnede. Trickier one if you don't know the word.
Just get home. I don't know. Here.
Præcis. Jeg vågnede up. I woke up. Group
Yeah.
1.
Hola.
Nästa. Irregular verb this time. Han så.
Så. Så. Så das man so.
Yeah, precis. We had earlier at sea. Jag älskar at sea.
Ja.
Past tense. Jag älskar. No, I wouldn't say that. Jag så. Jag älskar. Jag älskar at sea. Yeah, jag älskar would be the past. Simple past of to watch is so. At sea. So. Nästa. Jag kigger. Kigger. Group 1. Yeah, nice. You know all these. I looked. Right. Nummer 7. Han læste.
Nästa.
Ja, selvfølgelig. Svampebob læste. You read. Group 2.
Nästa.
Irregular example. Hun skrev. Hun skrev. Nice. Yeah, she wrote. Nummer 9. Hun spiste. Easy. Already had it. Group 2. She ate, of course. And last one, sister example. Han drak.
Dry.
Irregular. Yeah. Selvfølgelig. He drank. Yeah. Kind of similar to English as well. We have drink, drank.
Yeah.
Drikke, drak. You can see some of them, they match quite easily, even though they're irregular. It depends. But if I now go back to our little document here, I've inserted some of these some tables where we can now outline one more time these different groups. So for example, group 1, we had in our quiz at kigger. So the infinitive, infinitive, that's what I refer to as basically the base form of the verb. As I mentioned at the start of the class, in English, whenever you say to something, in Danish use at. So to look, to dance, to whatever, at. So in this case, at kigger, to look. Neutral, present tense, simply just add an R. So you take kigger, add an R, becomes kigger. As if you said, I am looking, yeah, kigger. Past tense, we just add the D and the E. So we take kigger again, and we add DE. So it becomes kiggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one extra column here called imperative. Any ideas? What is the imperative? When do you use that form? Any ideas?
Minus internet. As kigger. As key.
At kigger, it would be the infinitive, as the base form. Imperative, that's when you're telling someone to do something. You're giving them a command. So you say, look. Right, in English, it's the same. It's to look and it's look. But in Danish, we have a rule that is, okay, now we have to lose the E, minus E, from the infinitive. And if we've got two letters that are the same, like in this one, we lose one of them. So it becomes now kick.
Key.
Yes, if I said to you, look out the window, I would have to use this form. Kick all the window. So then, some other words could be at snacker. I'm going to put them in random places here. Arbeider. We had in the quiz swimmer. Could also be, I'm going to put here hop and stop. Exclamation marks. So yeah, all these words, they follow that same pattern. Group 2, slightly different. We had, for example, at spise. So again, at spise. Present tense is the same, just add an R. Spise. That's easy. But this time in the past, we need to add a T between the last two letters of the infinitive. So spise, and we need to add a T between S and E, becomes spiste. The imperative, same as before, we need to just drop the E, so it becomes now spise.
Space.
So again, this happens with all these other verbs like lære, køre, køber, lace, also bag, from at bager, they'll do the same.
Mm.
Group 3 is what I'm calling irregular, but they're only irregular in the past. In the present, it's the same, add an R. For example, we had a dreger, present is dreger. Easy. But this time the past changes to drag.
Mm.
Yeah. The imperative again is the same. You can always rely on the imperative. It's the same rule in all the different groups. So use the E if there's 2 letters of the double. Use 1 instead. Some other common words here could be finne. To find. Finne is plus an R. Finner. Past tense becomes fent.
Mm.
So if I now write here at winner, what do you think that would look like? You need to win.
Mm.
What do you think it is in the past?
Mm. Past. Winter.
Present is winner.
Winter. And winter.
Right. Check the one above. Winner, fent. Winner.
Winter. I should get winter. Is that right?
Winner is the present here.
Mm.
Past becomes vent.
One. Okay.
You
One.
can see exactly the same as finner, just with a V. Right, so hopefully, although it's irregular, you can start to see some patterns, right? When words rhyme, for example, there's a high likelihood that they sort of look the same or they have the same pattern. Not always, but it's a little trick you can use to try and figure out what's going on. Other common words, 2 common words we could put here is at go, at foe. Go and to get.
Go.
Mhm.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Go, for,
Go.
past. You know it?
Có. Có.
Right.
Có.
If you said, for example, I went
Yeah.
to the park, how would you say that? I walked to the park. Gik.
Good.
We have gik and fick. Again, 2 words that go nicely together. Group 4 is what is the complete irregular ones. They change in every column here. So some of the most common words we use every day is at hey,
Hey.
present, ha, past, l. And you know, we don't really use these words on their own. So sometimes it's difficult to think individual words. What is that in the past? So it helps if you think of a full sentence. Right, so I would say ha. Okay, if I wanted to say I have a car, I ha in bil. Present tense. Past tense, I had a car. Jag höll in bil. So this is a great exercise to do. Is after we've made all these tables, you could write example sentences for each of the verbs, and that's what will help it give it a context and help you to remember it. So some other common words here is at være, be, at gør, do. So 3 of the most common irregular ones I can think of. So what I want you to now is simply fill out group 1 and group 2 based on those patterns I've given you. I've put them in random places to make it a bit more challenging, but it should be pretty easy. I'm going to send you the link in the chat and give you some minutes so you can fill out the rest of the tables. Här kommer länken i chatboxen. Let's go.
So, are you ready to practice this in real conversation? Essential DanishTube members get access to weekly group sessions, speaking lessons, dance cafe sessions, as well as downloadable exercises so you can practice this in real life.
Yes.
Sådan. Det ser godt ud. Lad mig lige se. Kigget, snakket, arbejdet, svømmet, hoppet, stoppet. Sådan. The only thing you need to do is lose the M from swim in imperative.
Yeah.
Otherwise, perfect. Yeah, that's good here. Så har vi spiste, lærte, kørte, købte, læste, bagte. Ja, Perfect. Nice. Så går du. Ah, fint. So then the question is, how do I know which group it falls into? And in regards to that, there's not any clear rule. There's not any way to sort of know. You just have to learn it sort of one by one. Again, you can look for patterns. For example, like words that rhyme, hopper and stopper.
Mhm.
It's likely they might be in the same group. It's not always, but quite often it'll be like that. I can think of another one here, snagger and a hacker.
Mm.
But it won't always work. For example, we have a bear, so therefore you might think a teia
Mm.
would be the same, but it's actually not. A teia is irregular. It's normal here, teia, but the past is toe. So actually I would put this in group 3, not group 2.
Mm.
But if you check the online dictionary, if you go to ornet.dk, this is basically how you can find out. So when you don't know, go to this website and search. Let's say you search for the word spisa and make sure it's the verb. It should say verbum next to it. And underneath the word, it will always say boining. This is the word for conjugation. And beside that, it will basically tell you. So it will usually have, for example, are. So it's telling you the present tense, spisa. And then it might probably just write ce or spiste. And then t for har spist, which is the last form that we'll do next time. That's basically how you can check. Perfect. All right, so we've got a little story here where I've incorporated some of these verbs into a context. I thought we just read, practice a little bit pronunciation, and then mark where are the verbs in this text. It's called the mystiske Ø, the mystical island. So let's go. Du læser, og lad os se, hvad der kommer i sidste uge.
Det sidste ord. Så
Fortsæt bare at læse det højt. Just
I-
continue. I just want you to read out this entire little section here, and we'll see what comes up with pronunciation. And after we can translate it and see where are the verbs.
Ja, i sidste uge svømmer jeg i havet
Havet.
for første gang
Ja.
i lang tid.
Ja.
Jeg hører mig med en ven.
Okay. Hygge mig.
Jeg
Hygge.
hygger. Jeg hygger mig med en ven, og vi opværer noget
Opdaget.
noget
Vidunderligt.
vidunderligt sammen.
Vidunderligt sammen. Ja.
Vi gik en tur på stranden og opdagede en
Mystisk.
Vi besluttede os for at
udforske
den. De går vi i en time.
Ja, det gjorde vi i en time.
Og vi endte med at finde gamle skatte.
Ja, endte med at finde gamle skatte. Sådan, godt læst. So without me translating, where are the verbs in the past tense in this part?
Past tense. Svømme.
Svømme, selvfølgelig.
Insect.
Cool.
Insect.
The reflexive verb, right? So you're saying, yeah, Hugel, I
Op-
enjoyed myself.
Oble.
Yeah, oplil,
And gig, gig,
ik, yeah,
opleo.
opdale, tenminste,
Ja, opleo.
opdale, ja.
Das lustig.
Vestedel, die sleutel,
Wie best lustig.
ja, die sleutel,
Die go. Die
ik joh, ja,
and
inter, yeah, precies. And I think that's it. So you can see we've got a bunch from group 1. Summel, Google, Updale, Sludel. Then we've got one that's irregular, gig. You're also irregular from group 4. And inter from group 2. So you're here, it has the DE ending, but it's from group 4. We didn't actually add it earlier. Agar, to do, present tense, gar, past tense, you're. As I did, to do, I'm doing, I did.
Yeah. I think
So it's basically saying, last week I swam in the ocean for the first time in a long time. I enjoyed myself with a friend and we experienced something incredible together. We went for a walk on the beach and discovered a mystical island. We decided to explore it. We did that for an hour and we ended finding old treasure. All right. Let's take the next part. Sina spiste.
Sina
So,
spiser wie ein lecker Picknick på stranden og teeter sammen.
I'll tell it to something. Yeah.
Solnedgangen.
Solnedgangen. Yeah.
Skabte.
Skappen. Yeah.
I cannot see more.
1 second. What happened here? I went to somewhere else. Where's the document gone? It completely closed itself. 1 second. Let me reopen it. Where have you gone? Here. Sunday. Okay. Back. Where were we? Solnedgangen. Sunday. Solnedgangen skabte.
En smuk og
Afslappet.
afslappet.
Ja.
Stemning.
Stemning. Ja.
Da jeg stedet var sulten, bestilte jeg en pizza.
Pizza. Ja.
Ja, pizza. Jeg vidste ikke, om din faktisk vil komme, men så dukker de ind her.
Det er rart. Ja.
Jeg ser ind mod kysten og aflever pizzaen på sit skib.
På sit skib. Yeah, sådan. Godt læst. Super random story here. But what do we have? Where are the verbs? We have spiste, for example. What else?
Spise. Skib.
Yeah. Skabte.
Var.
Var also, yeah.
Pastil.
Bestilte. Yes.
Vist ik. Ja, vist.
Yeah.
Duk.
Dukel.
Duko.
Yeah.
Sil.
Silo.
Sal.
Mm-hmm.
Auflief. Yeah.
Oliver. Yeah, because we also have Telte. And that's kind of it, I think. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of this time from group 2. Spieste, Telte, Skapte, Bestilte, and some from group 1. Dougal, Auliville, Silo, and some irregular ones here. Va would be from group 4. This is from to be. I have I am, I er, and I was, I var. And then Vista here looks a bit like group 2, but it's actually from group 4 as well, because it's completely different in all the columns here. We have advil, to know. Present tense I know is javil.
Yeah.
Past tense is javist. So again, a bit random. And all the imperative forms here are the same as what we talked about. You just drop the e's from all of these. So that's easy. But in the story, it's basically saying now, later I ate a tasty picnic on the beach, and we spoke together. The sunset created a beautiful, relaxed atmosphere. As I was still hungry, I ordered pizza. I didn't know if it actually would come, but then a pirate popped up. He sailed in towards the coast and delivered it on his ship. Yeah. So what you could do is continue this little story, mark anything you're not sure how to say, pronunciation-wise, and then again, mark where are the verbs. And if you click the title here in blue, I've actually recorded myself reading through the story. So you could also listen back and practice a little bit the sounds.
Yes.
You could even then start putting them into the table, categorize them into the right place. And there's a lot of stuff you could do, but I think the best exercise you could do is to already write some example sentences.
Yes.
And vary who is doing it, right? So if I take snack as an example, I can say snack med mig, talk with me, chat to me. At snacken could be jij kan lide at snakke om vejret.
Yes.
Present tense. Han snakker højt. Nej, han snakker meget. And then past tense could be hun snakker med min far. So not only just saying yai, also varying who is doing it. You say han, hun. You can go as Duolingo as you like. Can be like animals, the cat, ketten, hunden.
Yes.
Super random. Possibly the more random it is, the easier it is to remember the verb.
Yes.
That was something that was sticking in your mind. But yeah, we can continue next time with the last column, and then we've sort of bust the verbs.